everyone, and welcome to Silver Sunday on this November the 21st. We hope you are all doing well. I am Roland. I'm your host for the evening. I am the chief cook and bottle washer. To my right is Mr. Peter Clinton.
Oh, it is me. Oh, hi.
Tell everyone who you are there in your royal robe.
I know. I don't look good.
It's spiffy.
Yeah.
Quite spiffy.
What do you want to know more than usual?
Well, tell us what your hat says.
Oh, I'm just a penciler. Yeah, that's all I'm allowed to do. Tommy inks for me.
So tell us about Thought Bubble.
Oh, Thought Bubble went really well.
Good.
That's so people who don't know, Thought Bubble is a big comic book, and it is a comic book convention here in the UK. I mean, there were hundreds and hundreds of comic creators and
that sounds great.
That does sound great.
It's really lots of it's basically independent people. Yeah, there's no Marvel or DC or
it's like heaven.
Really, there are those artists and creators, but they're not the publishers, aren't there?
Right.
So yeah, it was a really nice weekend. It's a really nice part of the UK. I've never been before.
That's north of you, right?
We shifted a few Silverline comics.
Sweet.
Right.
That's the idea.
Nice. And exactly how far north did you go? Because I know you said it was, but you didn't go like all the way up to Edinburgh, right?
No.
Okay.
It was
like, it's like halfway between there and there.
It's Yorkshire, so it's a 5-hour drive for me.
Okay.
But isn't it just 5 hours from one side of the country to the other anyway?
I knew that was coming with Charlie.
Yeah, it's not far off. Yeah, it's pretty.
That's
a long drive for us.
One end of Florida to the other.
You can stop a few times.
That's how long it takes you to get from one end of LA to the other.
Right,
So
for
highlights.
It's a long way, okay?
Yeah.
For a little country.
So so highlights. What are some of the highlights?
Oh, highlights for me. Obviously selling. I did a commission on our blank of our Silverline team up.
Nice.
That's cool.
That. So just draw anyone. So, well, do you want a Miss Fury? He said, yeah, that's cool.
So did you take a picture of it?
Yeah, I put it, it's on my Instagram.
Okay, cool.
I tagged Silverline Comics. That just shows how rarely Silverline Comics go on their Instagram.
No. It shows how rarely I go on.
It's been on there a week.
We have people.
So what happened? What happened was a guy came around and said, "Oh yeah. Can you do me? Just do anything on it. Do anything on it." So okay, because he really liked my stuff. So okay, cool. I'll just do a Miss Fury. And he said, "Okay, how long is it going to take?" And I like to give myself. I don't want to rush myself. So I'm
sure.
like, 2 hours. Is that okay? He's like,
Okay. You have 15 minutes. Josh.
Yeah, that should be fine. That should be fine. I said, okay, cool. So about 45 minutes have gone by, and I basically penciled it in by now. So I was like, well, I'll start inking it, and I've got to get the lines done.
Right.
So how are you getting on? I said, oh yeah, I just got to finish, filling in the blacks, and then I'll put some color on it for you. He said, oh yeah, don't worry about the color. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh, that's even easier. Yeah.
I said, because we got to go soon. Right. Okay. Well, give me 15 minutes just to do the blacks. He said, yeah, okay, fine. And
don't worry about the blacks.
Like, okay, well,
don't worry about the blacks. I'll fill them in.
Leave them for the color.
Well, you paid for it.
That's funny.
He left without any color. I was like, well, as long as you're happy with it, then fine.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to meet anyone that you were looking forward to meeting? Did you meet anyone that you're like, oh, cool, I met this person, didn't know them, or?
Well, I met Ian Richardson, who draws Judge Dredd and stuff.
Cool.
He came over and said hello, and I didn't know he knew who I was. So he said, "Oh, hi, my Peter. I'll come and say hello." I was like, "Hi."
Wow. So he came over to say hello to you.
I think we do commissions for the same guy. I do a lot of commissions for one guy, and I think he does them as well. And he obviously recognised my name and came and said hello. So I thought that's really cool.
That is cool.
So that was a highlight. That was nice.
Did you ask him how much he was charging for his commission?
Well, I did say, you know, we're talking about the show. I said, well, I'd like to do more commissions than I've done. I think, you know, I'm unknown, so it's always difficult to do as many as you want. But he said, no. I'd much rather not do any commissions at all because you're rushed and it's a little cramped space. And I just much rather sell prints and that's great if you can sell prints all day, then super. I have prints out there and they're a real hard slog to sell.
Well, I think you're right, though. I think part of it is you gotta give yourself some time. People have to be able to recognize you. You said it's your first time there, right?
That's why you keep doing the shows.
That's right. Yep. So hey, you remember that dude that did that Miss Fury? Yeah, he's back over there again this year. Let's go see what he. Let's
give him some more time.
Maybe he can bring you the picture that you did last year, and you can finish it.
You can color it. Okay, let's ask for another 2-hour, 15-minute commission.
And then come back after 40 minutes. Yeah, no, that was good.
Very cool.
Well, all right. I'll tell you now. It's not comic related. But we're having a baby.
What? Oh, congratulations!
We had our 12-week scan on Friday, so we're going to tell people now.
I was thinking that happened, right? Or it wasn't an accident?
No, it's nothing to do with me.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking. I thought for like $1 million, I could name the baby Silverline.
Hey, that could be our next stretch goal. Yeah.
Name my baby.
Name my baby. Yeah.
I haven't passed that one by yet. I haven't told her that one yet, but she'll be fine with
it. I'm sure she'll be fine with it. She'll be fine with it.
We got to call it Silverline. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. Oh, you were in so much trouble.
It's not comic related, but I thought I'd tell you now.
That's very cool. Congrats.
That is very.
Yeah.
Fruitbat 36 says congrats as well.
Congrats, exactly.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
that is very cool news.
My life. That's it. I'm done now. My Ferrari's gone.
Yes, it is.
There it goes.
Well, you know.
You're not getting it.
That's what you tell yourself, anyhow.
Sometimes dreams are short-lived, you know.
We were looking at car seats and said, "Does this fit in a Ferrari? Does it?"
No.
Yeah, they don't. No, they don't. Sorry. Yeah.
I thought that was cool.
That is very cool.
You all caught up now.
Yeah. All right. Very cool. Thanks, Pete. Tommy, you're up next.
My name is
Top that, Tommy. Top that.
Yeah, really.
Okay, I'm having a baby myself.
Well, you know, it is 2021.
That's right. I got myself pregnant, and I am having a baby.
Well, I'm so pleased for you.
Like the rabbit test.
That's right. No, Thomas Formonte Jr. Been doing comics since the early '90s. Done stuff for pretty much everybody: Marvel, Malibu, Ultraverse stuff. Just a bunch of different things for just a bunch of different people. But a lot of my earlier stuff was with Roland, doing the cat and mouse stuff and a long time when we were little. No, we have to say when we were little kids. A long time ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. We had lots of fun. Dude, that's not a video.
I know.
I'm gonna figure out a way to get that video sometime.
Oh man. But did a bunch of stuff, including Cat and Mouse and some Demon Tales, and then some other stuff for rolling over with the Ultraverse stuff like Nightman and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
But currently I'm working with Roland and Mr. Pete on doing the team up book, and also we're doing some Trump stuff, and we actually have a couple of the stories one of the stories with Pete that Pete penciled in the Christmas book.
Yep.
And
so good.
Yep. And I'm also the co-owner of Kablam Digital Printing, and I also do my own creator-owned comic book stuff called in my head. There you go.
Kablam,
under the Inferno Studios, my Zomboy, Kid Hero, and Little Nan Soso, and all that good stuff. All my Kid Hero books. Yes.
Very cool.
Yep. Short and sweet.
And making his Silverline debut, the colorist of White Devil, Mr. Phil Leon. Woo!
Hey, what's up, guys?
What's up, Phil? So glad you could join us tonight, sir.
Yeah.
So Phil, tell folks who you are.
Oh, I'm Phil Leon. I do mainly colorist work, but I also work a little bit in editorial and pre-press, a little bit of design here and there, maybe for like title pages or, credit pages and stuff like that. Yeah, I've been working in comics for a little while now, worked with a good handful of companies, and I pretty much do covers, interiors, one-off pieces, commission pieces, all that good stuff. And, we just wrapped up a White Devil and already been messing around with,
Yes.
already got White Devil 2 in progress,
That's right. And I apologize, dude. You know what? I thought I had put those things in it because you asked me, and I'm like, dude, they're there. What are you talking about? I'm sitting there thinking they've been there for a month. And I kid you not, I could swear that I put them there a month ago. Because I kept thinking, well, I'll keep peeking at the folder every now and then, and see if maybe you've colored a page. But I know you didn't upload them till later. But I'm like, you didn't see anything, and I didn't even think I didn't even bother to look at the files that were there. But they were all clearly issue number 1. None of number 2 was there, and I'm like, what the heck? It's like I thought I had sent all that stuff to you, and I'm like, yeah. So it's like I felt terrible. So
well, you know how it goes. I know you're juggling. You're always juggling, man.
Yeah,
exactly.
I really do need to learn to juggle.
Keeping all the plates in the air, man.
Yeah. So very excited to have you on here. So because Phil is on, let's get to a couple of these comments first, and then I'll give you some updates. Stephen Brown says, "Hey, hi, what's up, Stephen Brown? Good to see you here." Fruit Bat says, "Yeek, Roland's naked." Yeah, and I did.
Oh, I didn't even notice.
Yeah.
You weren't there. I saw you yesterday. Didn't you have the scruff?
No, I was like, what? I was like, at first I was like, what do they know that we don't? It's like,
it's like
not wearing pants for all in.
Yeah. So so I started doing this thing back when I was in college. We actually shaved on because we had this one guy, of course we're all 19, 20, we were college kids, right? We had this one guy that just had this great big full beard, and we always had a little bit of beard envy, and so we accused him, like, yeah, you've been growing that since you were 7, he's like, no, I can grow this, and so we made kind of an inter-office bet. We all shaved on Thanksgiving Day. And to see kind of how, of course, his was like full beard in 3 days again, right? And the rest of us were having, I had an Amish looking thing for such a long time, and, and so I just kind of started doing it way back when. Didn't do it all the time back then, but it just kind of became a thing. And I never participated in the No Shave November, but so usually what I do going up to Thanksgiving is I try to shave. Not always, but I'll try to shave like a week or so to air my face out, and so my wife can actually see that I do still have a face underneath the. But I can't stand. I do feel a bit naked without it. So, it's just I won't be this long with this way for long. Jackson Rennick says, "Hey Phil."
Hey, what's up, Jackson, man?
We're still trying to
get working on your work, man.
Yep, been trying to get Jax to join us some too. Roland knows not to grow his hair out, or I'll call him Poodle Boy. This is very true. When I had longer hair and I had the mullet, it entered into a kind of a curly fit. My hair has body, and so once it gets down so far, it begins to kind of curl. Imagine Joe Elliott of Def Leppard. And that's in fact, when I grow my hair out, sometimes people say I look like Joe Elliott of Def Leppard. So Jax would call me Poodle Boy, and it kind of stuck. And he called me that. In fact, our friend Lorraine Haynes started calling me that because of Jackson. So Yeah. Steven says he's done 29 days on his campaign, Crypts and Legends, and the campaign has not moved at all, dude. It's that middle part. That's why I know Phil
Yeah, it
asked.
just kind of sits there.
Mhm. Phil asked me, whoa, why is it only 18 days? Did I miss something? I'm like, dude, we stopped doing that a long time ago. And it's because there's that middle section. It doesn't matter. You can ask anybody who's run any number of campaigns. It doesn't matter how long you do it. There's that middle section
Right, that
that
lull.
just does not move the needle at all. You have the beginning that you have a lot of activity, and then there's usually a lot of activity at the end. And we just did it as a test to begin with. We found that if you cut that middle out, it doesn't really change anything except the middle lull is shorter. And so
You don't get depressed because it's
yes,
because of that middle section. Yeah,
that middle section can be very depressing when you're like, okay, no one's pledged in 3 days. What are we gonna do? Woe is me, you know. So so we just decided to kind of cut the middle out, and it's been working for us. It does a couple of other things as well. It allows us to kind of to move through projects a little quicker. Ryan, good to see you here, Ryan. Permission says PodDecks have great questions. What's up, everyone? What's up, Ryan?
Hello.
Yeah, so Tommy forgot that he was. Is it ready, Tommy? You got it ready? Can you plug it in? Have you tried it?
I've got it on my phone. I don't know if I'll be
Okay.
able to show it to the screen. I can just
All
try
right.
to read some.
Because it'd be nice if you could do it on the screen. That way we can put the questions up there.
You know, I don't know if we have permission to be able to do that. Do you think we do?
Probably, yeah.
Probably,
I mean,
yeah.
you paid for it, so.
Your problem.
Jackson Rennet says I'm a terrible influencer. Well, you're a terrible something, but those are your words. So
Let me.
Anyway, Phil, glad you could be here. And as a reminder, folks.
All right, I'm going to try to get this to work.
We have so let me back up to the K-List Kickstarter. You saw, if you follow us on social media, you've seen that we are in the middle of fulfilling the K-List Kickstarter. Got a bunch of packages ready to go. I think that was what one of the pictures was, a bunch of packages that were packed up and ready to go. Those are ready to go out. I have not checked the bank today, but we should have either money today or tomorrow for the Christmas special.
And you start working on that, yeah.
So I should start getting files to Kablam either tomorrow, maybe hopefully just before Thanksgiving. Hopefully everything before Thanksgiving. And then we have one going live right now. Let me see if I can't pull up this page here. You guys need to jump over there and back it. Kickstarter. I am so let me tell you guys why I'm so unprepared today.
Just today.
Yeah.
Pete, you and I are so close that you beat me by. How could you have been so fast overseas? You beat me.
So what happened is, long story short, you have to have a code sent to you. Here we go. You have to have a code sent to you from when you do a StreamYard, right? And I couldn't get into my email. So I had sent the code, but I couldn't get into my email, and it was giving me all these error messages and all that kind of stuff. And I'm kind of panicking because I'm like, oh no, the time's coming up. I know Phil sent me a message. Hey man, what's going on? And I'm like, I don't have time right now. I got to get into the email. I'll get you the link in a minute. Right. It's like, what the heck? I didn't know what was going on. So finally, long story short, I did a workaround and got into my email in a different fashion. And so I was able to get there, get the code, and get on just in time to get us started. Let me share this, see if I can share this tab here, because you guys need to go, if you haven't already. I can't talk and click buttons at the same time. Share screen. I need to share a Chrome tab. I need to share that one. Okay. So you guys can see this now. This is our, look at that. We are at 1838 as of this live moment here. You can see we got 14 days to go. White Devil and Twilight Grim. Both of these books are written by R.A. Jones. And of course, Phil we already mentioned Phil is doing the colors for the stuff. I have got to get in. I actually have this image now from Aaron, completely finished. It happened so quickly I didn't have a chance to update. But like our last one here, you can get the digital double. Someone has already asked me, can you get the Twilight Grim 1 and 2? And you can. You could not at first. If you went on day one and looked for the Twilight Grim 1 and 2 digital catch up, it wasn't there. Totally my fault. I forgot it.
I ran on that on stream.
I
was
just
like, let me talk to him.
Yep. I just
he said
forgot it.
He said the heck with it and went with the completionist. So
good for him.
Cool.
Excellent. That's very cool. Even better. Of course, you see the early bird here. There are every time I can't hover over it because it disappears, right? So there are early bird is the Silverline double feature. There's 5 of those left. So those of you who like to get a little bit of discount and still get the printed copy, jump on that. There's 5 more of those left. And then of course there's the regular double feature. And then there's retailer bundles. Hopefully I need to reach out to some retailers this week. And then there's a completist. It's for those guys that you like, I want one of everything. Give me everything, right? So I know there's a little video, but I'm going to see if I can't do this on live here. So we're going to go ahead and go to the add-ons because a lot of people don't know how to do the add-ons. So when you get to decide you want an add-on, right? You click the tier that you want, and then it'll take you to your configure reward, and then it's going to list all these add-ons. Now, all you got to do if you want one, let's say you missed the bear campaign, all you got to do is add, right? Now, here's a cool thing. I didn't know this until about 2 campaigns ago, and I'm like, this looks like this person got 3 copies of this book. Is that right? And I had to look around. But yes, you can. If you're like, well, hey, I did get the bear Kickstarter, but I want 3 copies to give those away as Christmas presents because they make great Christmas presents. This is all you got to do right here. Just pop that 3 in and increase the number, right? So here's where you can catch up on all your Silverline backstock. If you missed something, you can grab them. Let's see here. And then towards the bottom, this is where you have original art. So you can still grab Twilight Grim. Page 6 is still available. Page 10, page 11. Jackson Rennick commissions, who I just got a message from Jackson. He's sending me some samples tonight, so I'll try to get that updated for tomorrow. So there's still lots of original art. If you guys like original art, this is the place to go. Even though the Jackson's cover is still available. So you guys jump on there and grab the White Devil cover. That's cover A. So let's see if we go back here. Which one is that? It took me. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, well, campaign. So it's this one right here. The original art for that is available, you guys. So you can still grab that. So jump on it. You got what did I say? 14 days. These books will ship in January. I don't want to leave studio. I want to stop sharing. How to stop share? Stop screen. Okay. So these books will ship in January, and you still got 14 days to jump on. So please do that. We are. What was the number? Shoot, I've lost the number now. Are we 13 out of 13 so far? We run 13 campaigns and completely all of those funded and fulfilled. And so we like to say, pledge with confidence. Fruitbat 36, how's it possible that Kalis just gets better than it already is? And that's just from seeing the cover. Yeah, I mean, it's, that's, so this is one of the things, and I did some reading not too long ago. This is one of the things that people talk about sometimes. Sometimes it takes a creative team a couple of issues to gel. It's fun to do that first issue, but really kind of get to the feel of what the other creative collaborators can do. It can sometimes take a couple issues. And I know someone was writing about I think they were writing kind of to the detriment of, like, they were talking about Marvel and DC. And one of the reasons that we don't really see any quote unquote classic runs from those companies anymore is that we don't really see anyone stay on on comics that long. They get in there, they do something really short, and they jump off. So they don't have a chance to really kind of find their wheels. And the same thing for a lot of independent comics. They just don't last that long. So they don't have a chance to really find their wheels, nor do they really have a chance to find an audience, right? Silverline falls to a little bit of that as well, because our model is pretty much exclusively, miniseries. So let's assume something did really hit. Well, we only planned it for a miniseries. I guess we'd always come back and do something. But yeah, so there's always that. Steve Brown says, "Do you mind if I promote the comic?" Of course not, Steven. We told you before, man. Go ahead and pop the link in there. I think you have problems with the link in YouTube, so you can put it on Facebook. Go ahead and pop that link in, and we'll do the same thing we said before. You guys should consider popping on over to Steven's crowdfunder and giving a look. He's offering one of his comic pages as a perk. So I think original art is a fantastic thing to do on crowdfunders, because there's take Pete for instance. Pete's all the way across the pond, and unless you are also over there, your chances of seeing him aren't that in the flesh, where you could buy something from him, aren't that great. So crowdfunders are a great way to get commissions. You get original art. I just think that's an excellent way to do that. So I'm a big fan of that. So Stephen, you should absolutely do that. Anything else, you guys, before we jump into our pod decks? Tommy, what you inking on?
Rejects. Working on another rejects. Rejects to page 11.
Nice.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yep. Excellent. Yep. Pencils by C. Michael Lanning. So I know he is anxious, and I am anxious to get this one out for all of you to see.
What nib are you using on? Are you using Clip Studio?
Yep. That's that. I do Clip with everything. Do what? I'm sorry.
What pen are you using?
Apple pencil?
No.
I have a pen.
In
I
Clip
have
Studio,
an apple.
you have a certain number.
I just use the standard stuff. The inker in the G nib, and then the G pen. I use the G nib to do just a regular brush work. I'm sorry, that was pretty stupid.
No.
I was about to say something bad. No, do it. Yeah, and then I use the G pen to do more of like nib kind of stuff, like if you were doing traditional.
I see.
Yeah, but no, just I've bought a bunch, downloaded a bunch of different stuff, but I've just been able to manipulate the regular stuff that comes with it.
Oh yeah, just wondering which you preferred. That's fine. Okay, thank you.
Carry on. It's funny because I was talking to somebody. Well, actually, I think I was in class, and I had a student who was an artist, and we were talking about the digital and the traditional and all the pros and cons associated with both, and one student said, "Well, I don't really like digital because it just looks digital." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And they said, "Well, it just looks digital." I said, "Well, I need to know more about what are you trying to say? How does it look digital?" "Well, you can always tell if something's drawn digital." I said, No, you can't." I said, "In the hands of somebody who knows what they're doing, no, you can't." Well, it looks pixelated. I'm like, "No, well, you can scan the original art to look pixelated, and I'm like, that's just
sure good.
Right. I said, so no, it all depends on whose hands the tools are in. Right. I said, but no, I said, this is one of the beauties of digital technology today is that, in the hands of a skilled draftsman, no, you can't tell the difference.
You probably, this is people in your class, right? You should send them like 2 pages of our book that we just did, the team up book that you can get at indieplanet.com.
That's right. Indieplanet.com/Silverline Comics.
Silverline, yeah, there you go.
Silverline or Silverline Comics? I always forget.
I always forget too. But we'll look it up. But you know, you know which pages I inked on paper and which ones I inked digitally,
I
and
do,
just
yeah.
give them two of those pages and ask them if they could pick which one was that. They can't. Not,
No, they can't.
no, I've tried really hard to make it so my digital inks look like traditional inks, and they get better and better too. So
This page can't be found. Oh, here we go. The top of it looks wonky, but it's silverline.indieplanet.com/silverline.
is the header messed up again?
It is. The header's messed up. Yeah.
Our hosting play. We're just let everybody know if they're listening that we're moving Kablam and Indie Planet to a different hosting company.
Yeah, and I don't see Silverline Team up there anymore either.
It's up there.
Well, it's selling, so it must be up there somewhere.
Well,
what's
I know
pushed over?
yeah, I know that, but it's not up there on this page. I'm not going to navigate away. I'm going to show you. So people always think, hey, like the time I told Dean that he was upside down, he didn't believe me.
That was just your computer.
So would you say you're switching over, Tom?
The hosting the people that host our website for both Kablam and Indie Planet, we're not happy with what's how it's
See?
going. Yeah.
Not there.
Yeah, where
Not
is
there.
it? Why is it
I
not
don't
on the page?
it-
All right,
it-
well,
it was
remind me
there.
tomorrow. Was it?
Yeah, no, it was, yeah, because like Pete said, someone
Why?
ordered it.
Well, but yeah, but there's a
Here we
a
go.
link
Here
in.
come the excuses.
Yeah, that's right. There's yeah. Look at the headers messed up.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. Yeah,
My Barry, my your friend and my friend business partner is not going to be happy that it's messed up.
yeah,
He has been fighting all week to try to yeah, WordPress.
yeah.
Did I tell you that I don't like WordPress? Have I said that? Now it's out in the open. Now everybody can hear. I do not like WordPress.
And hey, all you people, if you have ordered one of these comics off of Indie Planet, please go and give us some stars, because you see the stars show up. So we've got 2 books that have stars. One of them is Cat and Mouse #1, so you can see the stars there. None of these other books have stars. Oh no, the Mannequin has stars. So you guys, I know a bunch of you ordered off of Indie Planet. So if you've ordered off of Indie Planet, please go back and whoops, that
Yourselves out.
turned into a there we go. Yeah, please go back and leave some stars, leave some comments. So here we go. Atrocity Press says, what up, Phil Leon?
What's up, Max?
Look at that, you're bringing them with you. Excellent. So tonight we are supposed to be answering questions from PodDeck. Tommy's got us all set up for PodDeck. So
I'm in the superhero PodDeck, and I've got the first card pulled up now, or a card. I don't know; they're random.
Okay.
So this is the first card.
Fruitbat does say, Tommy said, instead of WordPress, look at Expression Engine.
Oh, okay. All right. We need something. You know, actually, I think Barry and I have decided that I'm just going to write something with a getting too nerdy here, with a CSS frameworks thing where I'm just going to write our own e-commerce thing, just the way that because it's a mess. But what's it called again? What did you say?
Expression Engine.
Expression Engine. I'll look it up.
Sorry, Phil. You've done enough streams to know the person on the bottom gets their face covered.
Yep.
I can move me down there if you want to. It doesn't bother me at all. But
either way is cool with me.
Here, I'll put Tommy down there because he won't care.
That's right.
All right. So the first question is: if you gained superpowers, who is the first person you'd tell? Phil, you're our guest. You go first. Or would you tell anyone?
Nobody. I think I keep that pretty tight to the chest there for quite, at first anyhow, I suppose.
Yeah. see what happens.
Yeah. Figure it all out. Yeah. But probably, like I said, I'd probably keep it to myself.
Yeah. What about you, Pete?
Victoria's Secret.
No, so is this so you could get some a nice lacy costume?
Oh, that's what he wants.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. No, I think I'll just keep it to myself. You can't rob a bank if everyone knows it's you, can you?
Right. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
No, I'll keep it to myself.
Well, I think that's probably my answer too, and I think for me, it's like I've read enough comic books to know what happens when your secret gets out. Right? They come gunning for your family and the people you know. So
yeah, sure, that's fine. I don't want to get caught for all the money I've stolen.
Yeah.
Have them. That's fine. Have them. I'm rich. I'm somewhere else. I'm gone.
So are you a good guy, or are you a hero, or is this a villain? So if you're a villain, you're for sure not telling anybody.
Completely realistic. If you got superpowers, you wouldn't be a good guy. Especially if you're the only one with superpowers, because you've got no nemesis. You just do what you like.
Well, if you're the only one. Yeah, well, I'm assuming that they're pretty. Well, I shouldn't assume, I guess, but I would think that.
I'm going to take care of myself first.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm not Bruce Wayne. I'm not walking around with $1 billion in my bank account.
That comic said, "I said, hell, I'm a villain."
Yeah, I'm a villain. That's right. I don't. And then if you are a villain, would you tell everybody who you were? No, of course you'd keep it to yourself. I guess. Yeah, right. But
bad.
Yeah. I don't know if. Well, I mean, could you be a villain and still? I mean, do you have to be? You don't have to be either, right? Could you just use your superpower for your own personal gain? That would be fine,
I think
right?
That's the definition of being a bad guy.
Is it?
Helping nobody but yourself.
Yeah,
I think you're edging towards the darker end of the grey area
there. Hovering there in the middle.
In RPG, you have a wide assortment of alignments, man.
Yeah.
Chaotic, maybe be a little chaotic neutral.
Basically, you're a terrible human being.
So Tommy, you're kind of saying as long as you don't hurt anyone else, right? You're not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if you're a villain and you're killing people and destroying buildings and doing your typical Spider-Man villain that's just breaking things just so Spider-Man will come along and fight you.
Okay, so this is a good question then. All right, so and this might stray deeper than what we need to go. So if you're hurting buildings and property, is that hurting someone?
If they're in it,
no.
Unless it's scheduled for demolition, I would think so.
Yeah, because there could be people in it. So I mean, just although when I'm watching the Avenger movies and stuff, when they were fighting all of the stuff, I just was looking every now and again. It would take me out of the movie, and I'm just looking at the background and stuff. I'm like, look at all these millions of people that they're killing, as they're fighting and doing all this stuff. Even they're destroying buildings with people. It's but I still think I wouldn't tell anybody.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think so either. Actually, I was trying to do something here because Niobe Comic said that he just told the world.
He's the villain. Now everybody knows.
And then he says, not once do I see a link for the comic in the chat, the Kickstarter. So I got to try to fix that because I forgot I usually run this banner right here, right? So I gotta add the link to the Kickstarter there. All right, so Tommy, move on to the next one then, and you read it and get it started.
Okay, what superhero has the best hideout? Well, I guess. I mean, the only one that I can really think of is between Justice League folks and Batman. Who else has? Well, you got the Fantastic Four. They got a great.
I was going to say the Baxter Building.
The Baxter Building.
I mean, and I guess if you consider Iron Man in his movies.
Castle Doom. He's technically a good guy.
This Dr. Doom. Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I like Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom's basically Darth Vader, isn't he?
I don't really think of him as a good guy unless things have
No,
changed.
I think he beats me in a smarty pants.
You know what they say, Roland? One man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter. So don't be judgy.
Give me 1
you
second, guys.
thinking about-
I got to step away for 1 second.
All right, man.
I'll be right back.
I mean, just because you're taking care of yourself and some folks get hurt in the background, that's no big deal, right?
That's cool.
They're not
Yeah.
that hurt, right?
They're not that bad.
Yeah. All right, there we go. I added the Kickstarter to there.
But I mean, Batman. I mean, the legendary hideouts. You got the Batcave, right? That's a great with all the. I mean, when you get the Batcave that's got all the stuff in it, it depends on who's drawing it and which Batman that they're drawing. He's got all kind of great stuff in the Batcave.
It's the Batcave, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I think the Batcave is the coolest.
I mean, you got Peter Parker's apartment. That's a really good hideout. That's a great place. Yeah, that's not very, very cool. So where do I don't know if you can say where do
Titans.
Champion and Miss Fury where are their hideouts? Where do they hang out?
Good question.
Their apartments. For the moment anyway, they're a little bit like Spider-Man. They
live in the house at the moment.
They just living in the house, and they got to sneak out when nobody's looking, and
pull their hoodie over their head and then start doing stuff.
Right. Yep. Yeah. Niobe says, "Boom! Now we're talking." I put a link in the YouTube. Says, you guys got less than 2 weeks left. You need to sell. That's right. We've got 2 weeks left. We have because Niobe, I don't know if you follow us. Let me make sure I do this one too, right? What is it? Don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe wherever you are listening to us at behind the at, right?
And if you don't like us, hit thumbs down twice as bad. Yeah, twice. That's what you do. You really hate us. Thumbs down twice. Yeah, that'll show us. Yeah.
Thank you. So Niobe says, I just subbed. Thank you so much, Niobe. I really appreciate that.
Cool. Thank you.
Oh, he's a friend of Phil's. Excellent. Well, a friend of Phil's is a friend of ours. Hopefully you've seen Phil's work on White Devil. He's done a really good job, and we're anxious to get this out for everyone to see.
Yeah, I was going to bring it up. The cover that one of the covers is the one that Stephen Butler and I did, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Let me find that here. Let me go to my.
Is that one available on the Kickstarter? Did I do that one on paper or not? I don't remember.
Yes, you did. And actually, it's already gone, as is Steven's pencils.
Oh, great!
Yeah, they went pretty quickly. All right,
you're welcome.
Yes.
All right, thank you. I don't know what I'm trying to say.
So, hold on. I gotta go through all my files here. White Devil covers, White Devil issue 1. So, White Devil cover 1. Oh, gotta wait for my Photoshop to work, to open, I should say. Niobe says, I also do a comic book, 9 crowdfundings under my belt. Wow, that's impressive.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And then says, last one did 20G. Wow.
What did you do?
You need to give us some of your secrets here. I will also be showcasing your book on my show in about an hour. Oh, fantastic.
I usually do a Sunday night, like about the time Silverline wraps up. I'm over at Niobe and Friends.
Okay.
Over on Larry's stream. Yeah, him and Max DeVille are both usually on there. They both do really good crowdfunding campaigns. I mean, every issue just does better and better.
That's nice. So I can't do it while we're live here, but I will be happy, Niobe, if you're interested. I don't know if you guys do reviews or whatever. I'll be happy to send you a PDF of the book because it's done, right? I'll be happy to send you that and let you review that. If you're interested in that at all, because as you note, any bit of attention press brought our way, we would greatly appreciate. I am popping open these covers just so you know. And here we go. Let's see. Let me share again. Share, Tommy. I'm going to kick you off briefly.
That'll work.
Share window. I'm going to share Photoshop. So this is the cover that I think that no, this is not the cover that you were talking about. But hold on, I want to show this one first. Yeah, this is our cover A. Now this is not the final cover, by the way. Just so you know, I know Phil's probably cringing because there's a little blue dragon looking thing under here. This is put together for the crowdfunder, so I'm going to go back in here and fix this stuff up. But that's cover A, done by Jackson Rennick, if he's still listening. And you can see, I don't know if you can see the date on that cover. And then Phil colored it. This is cover B, same thing here. We got to fix some of the logo elements. This one is done by C. Michael Lanning, who Tommy was inking rejects earlier. And Barb inked it. Barb Kalberg inked it. And Phil colored it. And then we have our Kickstarter exclusive cover. This is the one that Tommy was talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, this is the one that this is, of course, an homage to the classic Superman cover done by our pal and friend of Silverline, Stephen Butler, and then inked by Tommy, and then you can see colored by Phil. This one had pencils available and had inks available, original art. Both of those are gone.
And they're gone already.
They're gone already. Now, this one is still available. The original art, the original, inked art is still available. For those of you who like original art, you should go take a peek at that. And then lastly, there's the retro cover, which has no logo. So you can see these are not the final images. Plus, because it's retro, I like to go in and put something, classic 1970s kind of blurb in it because it's retro, right? That's what we're trying to do.
Now the retro one, that's the one that has the just the ink pages inside it.
Yes, the retro. Yeah, but I mean, your name is still on it because you're. So what? Somebody asked me that one time. They said, "Well, why is the colorist name left on the retro version?" Well, from my perspective, you're still part of the team. It's just this version does not have color interiors. So
I cover the color or cover
yeah.
the color.
Yes, yeah. Well, let's assume for a minute that you had not. Let's assume that Jackson had done it all, right? I would still leave your name on it because you're still part of the team, right? You're still part of the team of it. That particular version may not have color interiors, but that doesn't mean you're not part of the team. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So our retros are all black and white interiors. Let's see. He says, "Come on the show. Phil will give you the link." You guys may be going a little too late for my for me here. So Phil, I forgot to ask you here. Where are you geographically located?
I am in the Midwest. I'm in the cornfields in Indiana. No,
gotcha, in Indiana. So
cornfields. I'm in Fort Wayne. We're second largest city in Indiana, so
Central
we're not
Time.
Too far out in the cornfields.
Are you Central Time?
Eastern Standard.
Oh, you are in Eastern. Okay, all right.
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm hopping over the show right after we get out of here. We'll go straight into Niobe and friends.
Cool. Jackson says same here. I'm not really sure what Jackson's saying same here about.
Still here.
Oh, still here. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I misread that. Hey, Jax. Okay. Then Niobe says, see you guys over on the show. Thank you so very much, Niobe. Appreciate you stopping by. Okay, what did I miss here? You know what? I'll release this one sneak peek in Crypts and Legends. This is the bookstore. This Crypts and Legend, the there's a bookstore in the comic. There's an underground library called the Archives that carries tomes and artifacts of mythology. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, so I'm excited. I know Phil's excited too because this one's been done and kind of sitting waiting for
The right
45 days now or thereabouts. So yeah, I'm anxious to get this going. All right, Tommy, what's our next question here?
Thomas started going back to inking.
That's all right.
All right. Well, Phil didn't answer this part. What does he think the best
What's the
hideout
best?
is?
Yeah.
Well, right here in the comics compound, man.
There you go.
I'm down here in the depths about
In Fort
3
Wayne,
floors
Indiana, right?
underground. I've got there's inks and pages and everything just coming at me, man. We're taking incoming. I got to fire out some color rounds and stuff, you know.
That's right. Now that you've got all 24 pages and a cover of White Devil #2, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, Tommy.
Okay, the next card, and we can skip cards if you don't want. There's several hundred in each one of these things, so not all of these are going to be gems. Okay, because I've already flipped through some at the beginning. Let's see. Who in your life reminds? If I could read, I am so tired. Reminds you of. Okay, start over.
I'll read it for you.
Thank you.
Who in your life reminds you the most of a superhero?
Thank you, Tongue-Tied Thomas. That's a superhero right there.
Tongue-Tied Thomas.
Yes,
Good
sir.
question.
In my life. You know, the first time I read this, I thought it said, who in your life reminds you the most of a supervillain? Why I read it that way, I don't know. Because I'm sitting here thinking, man, I can't talk about the people I work with on my stream.
Don't.
You're like, I can't call Phil out like that.
No, I was thinking of people in my day job. The most of a superhero, huh? Well, you know,
Huh.
I would probably say I'll go ahead and answer this. I'd probably say your dad. There's something about a dad. My dad always seems to have the answers, and like most sons, I guess, or like many sons. I'm not gonna say most, like many sons. I always thought, well, I know more than my dad, right? But we'll be talking about something, and my dad will say something and give some kind of answer, and I'm like, how did you get to be so wise? It's like, how do you know all that? Even when he doesn't understand exactly things, he can still give like this wise answer. And I'm like, that makes no sense how you can understand that and say something so wise. But yeah, he always seems to have the answer, always seems to be able to kind of provide the solution for that thing you need a solution for, so that'll be my answer. That's my answer, and I'm sticking to it.
I was going to say my dad also, but different reasons than that. I mean, those same kinds of things. But my getting too personal. But my mom and dad were divorced when we were really young. But my dad was definitely not your typical father. People that father that wasn't there. He was, even though he was in a different state. He was there all the time. He was as if he was still in the house, kind of a thing. So he wasn't your forgotten divorced father that you hear about a lot. But my dad was also a retired captain in the Navy that served in the Cuban Missile Crisis and all that kind of stuff,
cool.
and
Wow.
on the boats and all that kind of stuff. And he's getting to be a pain in the butt lately, but he's definitely I really love my dad. So
Yeah,
he's a good guy. Yeah.
So now, was he down? Was he down in the waters around Cuba when all this stuff was going on? So he literally could have been blown out of the water.
I don't know if we should say this on he actually, there's a lot of stuff that he can't even, as of now, he still can't.
talk about?
Yeah, he can't talk about it. And he tells us he can't talk about it, and he's still, he had his, their boats had nukes on them and stuff like that.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny because I hear my parents talk about it about the Cuban Missile Crisis, and my dad said, that's really the only time my mom and dad in particular, he goes, that's really the only time we've ever really been scared because
They were
in Mississippi we're so close.
Yeah.
People over in California and they didn't care. But my dad's like, yeah, if they launched a missile, it's hitting us. It's not very far. It's hitting Mississippi, even though it's not Mississippi's not a high area target. Their missiles can only go so far.
Yeah, he was stationed down in Key West and all that when all that was going on and stuff.
Wow.
Back in his earlier days, and that's how we got commissioned up in the ranks so fast, is because he was down there when all that, and he just kept bumping him up, and yeah.
I know Pete's answer. Pete's answer is baby Silverline Clinton.
That's right. Do I have a hero? It's to follow the tack. It's don't tell my mum. It's my dad. Yeah. My mum's cool too.
Oh, of course, yeah.
But my dad growing up was my dad was a professional sportsman, so everyone wanted to be my dad.
Oh.
So yeah.
What sport did he play?
Cricket.
Cricket.
You know,
what you play?
I want to play. I don't know how. I've watched it, but that's one of the games that I would love for someone to take an afternoon and say, "Rolla, come on, we're going to go teach you how to play cricket."
It's going to take longer than an afternoon.
So even if someone understands sports,
I could probably teach you the rules of the game.
Yeah,
I don't understand the rules.
That's one with the
really?
in the mallets, and you put your foot on the ball.
That's croquet.
Mallets.
Croquet.
Cricket is the one where they come running
and they tap it along.
Yeah, they pitch the ball, and you've got this kind of a paddle that you have to hit it. And you hit it into the field, kind of like baseball.
It looks like a fraternity hazing paddle or something.
It does. Yeah, it really does.
Oh, yeah. Now that you say it, I drew a bunch of those.
You're talking about croquet.
Yeah, but no.
Very different.
I always called this the kids. In a previous life, I drew caricatures out at Disney, and I always told the kids that were doing the cricket stuff that they were running around with butterfly nets. Yeah, they did not like it when I said that. That's
very close.
Yeah.
So Pete, do you play?
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I don't anymore. I'm retired now.
You retired and took up comic book art, right?
Once my hands became too important, I decided to give it a rest.
Very sensitive.
Too many injuries and.
It's funny that you say that because Tommy, I don't know if you ever knew this guy. So there's a guy in Jackson, Mississippi, which is where I'm from. There was a band called Lillian Axe. They're from New Orleans. They're a heavy metal band. They were a hair metal band of the. Oh, you know them, Phil?
Yeah, Well, I'm an old school metalhead, man. Well, as you can see, I'm still a metalhead.
So how well do you know Lillian Axe?
It's been a while, but I do remember listening.
The
to
guitar
them.
player was a not quite a friend, but he was kind of an acquaintance friend, right?
Yeah.
And I met him because I used to see him play in all the local bars there, but I used to work when I was in college. I worked at the record shop, and one day we're sitting there at work, and I'm like, "That's Stevie Blaze from Lillian Axe." So we went up and talked to him. We became friends. I got to jam with him. He came out and played football with us one day, and we got to talking. And he would only play touch football. And we're like, "Why?" He said, "Because my hands are too valuable. If I break my fingers, I can't play guitar." Right.
Yeah.
So he actually, I can't remember if he was looking or had just gotten it, but he was actually looking for insurance on his hands to get it. Yeah. Because he's like, "Hey, look, if I break my fingers, if I break my hand and that is my livelihood." So yeah. So Atrocity says, "Hey, look, 6 runs! Woohoo!"
Yeah.
Right. That's right.
So, Phil, what about you? Somebody in your life is a superhero.
A lot of people. Anybody that does good things and helps people out when they can, man, is pretty much where I'm at with that. I've seen a lot of that lately, you know, especially over the last year or so, you know, and a lot of
Plague
good
World.
people out of there. A lot of good people out there doing a lot of good things. And yeah, that's who I put on the list.
Yeah. Fruit Bat says, "How do you spell that band name? That Lillian, Lillian, Axe, AXE."
AXE, yeah, I was wondering if it had an E on there. And like I said, I remember them from back in the day.
They're a New Orleans band.
My
In
metal
fact,
days.
I've got a comic I'd like to do one day that's loosely based off of them.
Oh, really?
Oh, maybe
Yes,
do a
I
rock
do.
and roll line, maybe.
No. It's just they're the characters, right? It's not
Right.
it's not a rock and roll comic per se. It's a
Well, yeah, but I
comic
mean,
book that just happens to instead of
Right,
a photographer or a newspaper guy or guy happens to play lead guitar in a rock and roll band. You know, so yeah, one of these days, it's just only so much time in the day. So one story at a time.
only so many Rollins, man. he hasn't
That's
cloned
right.
himself yet.
No.
We're not really getting good cards. Okay. You want to read this one?
Sure, I'll read this one. Has a superhero ever changed your outlook on life?
Well, that's a good question.
That is a good question.
Okay.
Oh,
A superhero.
I mean, I suppose if you read enough comics about superheroes, you develop some sort of sense of right and wrong and wanting to help people. I think.
yeah.
Not everyone becomes a megalomaniac. It's possible.
It's true.
Nothing wrong if you do.
Or if you get the power to dig holes.
Oh, that's a good one. That'll change your life.
Obviously, for me, the one that immediately comes to mind, I don't know that it changed my life in the sense of I read it and I immediately had my life changed, but I think it was an influence, and that's certainly Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The old, with great power comes great responsibility, I think everybody knows that now because of the movies, but, we geeks knew it before the movies were even out. And that was something that was very powerful to Pete. He had to learn it through mistakes, and I think that was something for me, certainly as a kid reading that, like, yeah, okay, if you've got power like that, you have to use it responsibly. And of course, I think, it translates to other facets of your life as well, not just superpowers, but if you're in a position of authority, you don't abuse your power of authority. If you're a boss, you have great responsibility,
Mm-hmm. That's it.
Tommy, Phil?
I was going to say it's always changes me as far as uplifting stories. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been in a funk before and either see a good superhero movie or read one, and it puts me in a much better mood, elevates my spirits, So
Yeah.
I think overall they all overall affect me. But yeah, Spider-Man has always been one of my favorites too.
Yeah. Well, you're in good company because that's the three of us here.
I think just going to the comic shop can sometimes, I'll get my fix and I feel much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the comics. So yeah.
Do you think, Pete? Do you think that's because you're around comics or you're around your extended family, or both?
Bit of both, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's, for me, that's one of the things about comic shops. Even though, you can look around in a comic shop and you're like, I don't know any of these people. you kind of feel like they're probably a bit of your extended family because they probably get you
A bit of a camaraderie going on.
Yeah, where others don't. Tommy, you still thinking, or?
I mean, well, of course, Spider-Man's always been my favorite, but I'm just so weird because as I like the villains more than the superheroes for the most part. That doesn't make me a bad person. I just always like when the Star Wars movies came out, I always liked the bad guys better. I like Darth Vader and his boys more than a Luke and all those guys. But I do like Peter Parker, and I'm just a huge Spider-Man fan for the same reasons that you said.
Well, Pete did say that if you got superpowers, you'd become a villain.
Yeah, I probably would.
I was saying though, with those that you like, is that because of a design aspect, maybe, or is it the character itself?
Just except for the just being able to just. I don't know. Maybe just being able to do whatever you wanted to do whenever you wanted to do it, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Just not to be bad, just or to hurt anybody. Just and the look. All the superheroes, the good guys they're cool looking, but the bad guys are always badass. They're always cool looking.
That's what I was gonna say. The design aspect of them, definitely. Yeah.
You got. I mean, you got. Obi-Wan and Luke and them walking out in their bathrobes or whatever, and then Darth Vader comes out in that super black outfit with all the cool stuff, and the stormtroopers are in the stark opposite of him and all the neat look, and the same way with like Doctor Doom and and all those or Sabretooth, it's just so crazy when all that kind of look. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just weird.
So along the same question. Has a comic book ever made you guys cry?
No.
Nah.
No, not particularly. No.
But then, nothing really does. I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Not a crier. Not a crier.
I'm not really either. But
except for the Silverline baby, that'll make.
Yeah, he's gonna boohoo. He's gonna boohoo when baby Silverline Clinton is born.
That's right.
Yeah, twice for me. Right, twice for me. The first time was when Gwen Stacy died.
That's wonderful. I didn't cry.
Yeah. Partly because I was never a Mary Jane guy. I was always Gwen. I was in love with Gwen and like Peter was and when she died, I'm like, whoa, no, she get out. And then the other time was probably I don't know, I might have been a senior or even a freshman in college. The death of Captain Marvel. And that was when I might have been I don't remember. So my dad got sick around that time. And has everybody read The Death of Captain Marvel? Phil, you read it? Pete? No, what? Yeah. Tommy, you haven't read it either?
Nope.
What the heck?
That's all right.
I figured you'd read that one. So The Death of Captain Marvel, you guys know the story.
But I've never read it, no.
So do you know the story at all? Or you just anybody? Okay,
yeah, you know what he does. So yeah.
Yeah, he. So I ain't gonna go spoilers because that book's 50 years old, right? If maybe 40 years old. So Captain Marvel gets cancer, and dies of cancer, and one of the things close to the end of the book is his frustration with it because he's like, I fought aliens and villains and all this kind of stuff. He goes, and yet I'm powerless to do anything against this. And just seeing his pain at that was quite moving. Oh wow, is that original or is that a reprint?
Yeah, that's the old one.
Nice, look at that.
I ended up clearing out some of the stuff in the attic, and I found a whole box of stuff I had forgotten about.
What the heck? Wow, dude.
Yeah. That is too cool.
But they're well read, so they're not like you're not going to get them
Oh.
CAC graded or whatever. But
That's not what we do this stuff for anyway, right?
no, I mean, but it's still all in the good
Yeah,
category.
they look good. Those
for
look
reading
good.
and stuff, man.
That's cool.
Wow. Yeah. So those were the 2 times for me. You know, those were powerful and moving stories. All right. The next question, Tommy.
What would be your animal themed superhero?
Oh.
Animal themes.
I.e., Batman, Spider-Man. What would your
Okay.
yeah.
The Grizzly.
Grizzly Man?
Grizzly man.
Why Grizzly?
Just trying to think of something big and powerful. Can't be a shark because shark can only live in water. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Lion man.
King Shark.
King Shark.
Yeah.
And for fans says, yeah, try not to spoil the death of Captain Marvel. Yeah, he dies in the end.
He did.
Fruitbat said the original Nightwing solo run with Chuck Dixon and Scott McDaniel. Back when we were talking about what were we talking about when that was? I forget now. Aardvarkness. Aardvarkness.
No,
Yeah, I think Cerebus beat you to that one.
Yeah.
probably. Some sort of bird person. I think it'd be neat to be able to fly.
Birdman.
So yeah, some
Hawkman,
sort of
maybe.
flying character.
It'd be the Crow
Fine.
Man.
Yeah, something like that. But of course, it'd have to be I mean, if it was for real, I'd be some sort of a dog Yorkie man or something like that, because of my
Yorkie Man.
yeah, because I love my Yorkies, my Yorkshire Terriers. But
Pete says that's what they call people from Yorkshire is Yorkie
that's
Man.
right, Yorkshire, yeah, Yorkie. But no, some sort of bird character would be really cool. Just being able to something with wings so you could fly. I think flying would be cool.
Rollins gonna make up a Poodle Man comic next.
Oh man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. No, I'm afraid Jackson would start doing sketches of me with poodle hair.
Hold on here.
Yeah.
What would be the worst animal to be then? What the seahorse?
The seahorse, yeah.
Seahorse man.
Catfish Man.
Yeah, do.
I mean, go around and trick people into thinking that you're something else. Is that what Catfish
Man.
Man would be?
Yeah. What would be the worst ones?
Like Slug Boy or something like that?
Squirrels. I hate squirrels.
Yeah.
Squirrels are just cute rats, right? Yeah, bird would be cool, but I would want to go for like the hawks or the eagles or
like I said, Hawkman would probably be mine. I can't think of many of the animal ones, but no. As you wish.
Yeah, Jackson. Yeah, I know what's coming now, right? Ever says, I want to read that issue of Seahorse where he gets what is that? L-Regnin 5? RGN 5? Oh, pregnant.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
I should have read the next message. Yeah. What was the issue of Seahorse where he gets pregnant?
That's right. That gets himself pregnant. No, man, how about something that was just like real tough? I mean, you got Rhino, that kind of thing. But if you're doing a animal theme, like if you could get a elephant that was faster than an elephant, because they all move really fast. Something that's just real tough. Yeah, but they're not really tough. So you got something that can just smash through buildings. And a lion's going to smash into a wall and break his neck. I mean, something that would go through the wall. You want something tough.
That says Chipmunk Child.
Chipmunk Child. That's
yeah, Bear's a good one, I think. Yeah, good, powerful.
Slug Boy. That's what you want to be. You want to be a slug, butterfly boy.
Slug Boy, faster than a speeding.
The weird thing is some of the ones you think of, ant. Jackson says the armadillo. So Jackson, remind me to send you a drawing Stephen Butler and I pitched a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle story to the Turtle people, and in it we had Armadillo Man.
An armadillo.
And yeah, do you remember seeing those pages that Stephen
No,
did?
I've not seen those.
Yeah.
So basically, like curl up and go spinning at people.
well, so
More like hedgehog.
spoiler, right? Because it was the Turtles. So spoiler: at the end, he gets hit by an 18-wheeler.
Oh,
Right?
Turned
Because
into a
you always
speed
see them. You always see these dead armadillos on the road, right down here, anyway.
awesome.
So
That'd
in
be a
the
problem,
end,
man.
we're gonna have him get hit by an 18-wheeler and end up like this in the road. So
Isn't that what they call them down in Texas? Is speed bumps?
right,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ready
All
for the
right,
next one?
next question, Tommy.
Oh, here we go. This is a good one. What villain would you turn into? I've only read half of it. Would turn into a hero. What villain would you turn into a hero? Okay, so
you
well, we
would
already
make
got
the villain
some
into a hero.
into a hero. Well, we got people like a Venom already. That was a bad guy. That's sort of kind of a good guy. Who else we got that is already? So somebody that is a
Well,
bad guy.
Octopus,
That would be.
Dr. Octopus.
And then
So
you
like
got
a full-on hero or an anti-hero?
Well,
I
you
would,
got
say I would say for the purposes of this question, let's say full-on hero. Who would you take? Yeah.
Is Lex Luthor? He switches back and forth sometimes, right? Because he was president, right? But then let's not get into politics. Let's see. What's some bad guys? Roland always makes
Armadillo would be a cool comic character.
I don't say superheroes and supervillains. Roland's always correct me. I always say good guys and bad guys is what I always say. So what are you talking about? Villains? And I say no, the bad guys. You know, they got the good guys and the bad guys.
Yeah.
Villains.
You know, let's twist the question a little bit. Which one would be the least anticipated? The least expected.
Oh, somebody to make a turn to the light side of the force.
Who?
Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl.
Squirrel Girl are evil, are they? I mean, and squirrels are. Let's be honest, they're evil.
Yes, they are. I think so too. Yeah.
I'm surprised my dog hasn't awoken at the sound of the phone.
Just saying squirrel.
Yeah, he goes mental. Sees a squirrel, he goes mental.
Ours is too.
Yeah, that's good. That's good training in them because squirrels, squirrels need to be obliterated by dogs.
Very little training needed.
Infrafan says, if Dr. Doom became a benevolent dictator, we'd have world peace. You know what? This is actually a really good one. Infrafan says, Joker, clown, prince of justice.
Wow, they've come up with some good ones.
Yeah. That's why they're here.
That's right. Well, let's look at the new Spider-Man movie with all the bad guys that are going to be in the new movie. So if any of those guys,
I'm trying to avoid spoilers.
Oh, never mind. You didn't watch the new trailer? I think it looks pretty cool.
No.
Yeah. And generally I try not to watch them either because they put too much stuff in them. Especially if I know I'm going to go see it, right? If I know I'm going to go see it, I'm like, right. I'm going to go see it no matter what the trailers are, right? It's kind of the two Pete.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter what the trailers have. I'm going to go see it.
He dies. Spider-Man dies. Sorry. Oops.
Well, speaking of, I was surprised. Oh, have we seen James Bond?
I haven't seen it, but you can talk.
I have seen James Bond. Yes.
I was surprised at the ending.
As was I.
I don't know what they're going to do now.
I think was that a serious question? What are they going to do now?
Well, everyone's talking about who's the next James Bond, and I wanted to point out, well, he's dead.
Yeah. Okay, so the real question is this then: it's not who's the next James Bond, it's who's the next 007, right?
Yeah.
And so I think James Bond can die, but 007
They just sign it to somebody else, right?
Right.
Yeah,
it's just
it's not the same.
I feel you, I hear you, but I think that's probably what we're looking at instead of
It's gonna be The Rock. He's gonna be the next James Bond. The Rock.
I can't see it. Can't see it.
I can't see it. I can't see it.
I mean,
He's gonna go through some training and get some and get his British accent down, so that way he can talk like James Bond, and The Rock will be the next James Bond. There you go. I'm saying it right now. Put money down on it.
I think the problem with this villain question is that in comics we've seen so many of them turn.
Yeah, they split.
Already briefly. It's hard to think of one kind of off the top of my head and go, well, they had that, they turned there, they did that, and they turned there, and well,
could the Penguin be a good guy? People like that. Some Batman villains that could be a good guy. Superhero, a hero.
Infrafan says, I hope Willy Wonka holds a contest to pick the next 007.
Get
the golden ticket.
Andy. That's right. Open up your next Snicker bar and you open it. Oh, I'm James Bond now.
The golden ticket. Yeah.
I'm the new Bond.
It's a possibility, right? You got to get the golden tickets and then the possibility. Oh. Yeah, right. So it's like a not quite like a raffle ticket.
You can get he can do the Willy Wonka could do that, and there could be like 200 and what was it, 400 of them. They can do a Squid Game thing, and then whoever survives the Squid Game could be the next James Bond. That's what we could do. Yeah, I like that because I'm just rambling now. Sorry.
Yeah. Ooh, this is a good one. Dark Side.
Ooh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or Thanos.
I was going to say Thanos. I mean, but he was a bad guy only because he did the bad things, but he didn't think he was a bad guy. He thought he was doing the right thing the whole time.
It don't matter.
Well, that's like most of the bad guys, really.
Right.
That's why I'm saying I could be a good bad guy. I think I could be. Maybe I should be a good guy now.
The duality of man. Everybody's got a little bit of good or bad in them, so it can go either way.
That's kind of the problem with like the Walking Dead, at least the TV show anyway. If you flip who you're actually watching, the bad guys are actually just doing their thing, and then this other group comes in and kills them, and so it's kind of.
You talking about the zombies?
Yeah, well, no, the zombies. No, I'm talking about. That's true. That is this.
It's just misunderstood. It's okay.
I was talking about the other people that weren't dead, that are going around.
Are misunderstood.
They're good guys.
Everybody's got to eat.
Everybody's got to eat. I'm hungry. What do you want?
I'm sure all the cows and pigs probably think the same about us.
Exactly. We are the bad guys to all of the animals out there. That's why they're always trying to kill us and run it, in stampedes and stuff. Because they're like, they're going to eat us. We got to kill those crazy people. What are they doing?
It's self-defense, right?
Yeah.
Infrafan says it'd be funny to see Mysterio become a good guy and mean it, but nobody believes him, so he becomes a villain again.
I like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. What about in our comics? I know Widowmaker. I don't think I would expect Widowmaker. Tommy's like, I don't read our comics. I just print them.
Well, we don't want to roll too much of the. Okay, so
he can't talk now. Oh, this is a good one. Here we go. Here's another question. I'll bail you out, Tommy. Or Fruit Bat bailed you out. Flip the question. What hero would be shocking if they flipped to be evil? Oh, I got an immediate answer for that one.
What?
I think Superman. If
Superman, say Superman, that's the obvious one because
well, they have done that before though in a run, right?
He goes evil every now and then, doesn't he? Shake things up.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of it. If you have,
the only reason why he just doesn't take over everything is because he's a good guy, right? Because otherwise he could take over everything. Yeah. He's way too powerful. And that's why it's really hard to write that book. I would think if I was on the writing team.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to write. I mean, doing the art stuff, that'd be fun, but as far as writing that book, I don't think that'd be one that I'd want to have anything to do with.
I think Captain America would be it'd be shocking.
Professor X.
Professor X, yeah, that's a good one.
Another one.
Yeah. I think
Professor X has gone bad, hasn't he? And they all go bad eventually.
They're
They
pushed
go
to it,
through
though,
that
right?
cycle. They're bad for a couple issues, then they're back to good again.
They flip.
Yeah.
Just like when they die, they come back.
Yeah.
Always
No
come
one's dead
back.
forever.
It's
No
funny.
one's bad forever.
BJ and I were watching. What were we watching the other day? We were watching something, and I can't remember. And the character died, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't expect that." I'm like, it's a Marvel TV show. They'll be back." What were we watching? I can't remember now. Infrafan says that's pretty much the basis for the for Invincible, The Boys, and Injustice. Yeah, flipping the good to the bad. Ooh, there's a good one. Jimmy Olsen, but is he a hero? I mean, I would say he's a hero, but not superhero, right?
Yeah, he's that's what I was going to say. Is he more than just a sidekick now that I didn't know about? Has he become a hero of some sort?
Yeah, I would say he's not very super though.
No, just because you're not a bad guy doesn't mean you're a superhero, right?
Right. Yeah, Stephen Brown said actually there is an evil Superman called Ultraman.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, so Ultraman, now that's
Crime
confusing because I
Syndicate.
know Ultraman is an old Japanese character.
Yeah, I remember those. We used to watch those in college.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Infrared says superheroes are like produce; they go bad eventually.
And then they get replaced with somebody else that looks just like him, and they're a good guy again.
Yeah. I never read that the story with where Pete and Peter Parker and Otto Octavius swap places, swap bodies.
Oh yeah, really good that. Otto Octavius is a really good Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've heard. And I think don't let me misquote Tommy. You may know. Don't let me misquote my buddy. But I think Steven was telling me that after that happened, his favorite Spider-Man became the not Peter Parker, but the other guy, Ben Reilly. Yeah,
that was one of the clone people. Wasn't that the one that he was working on the web of Spider-Man?
Yes, yeah, and that may have something to do with it. I don't know, but I'm trying to get Steven to join us on these things quite a bit, and he keeps you know what his answer always is, Tommy, don't you?
I have bad internet.
Right, I've got bad internet. I live out in the woods. I got bad internet. So, Fruit Bat 36 Shazam. Oh yeah, that would be a surprise. Captain Marvel. Although, would it really? Stephen Brown said, Batman said in Dark Knight, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. I don't remember that, but that's a good line.
It depends on which Batman. For the most part, Batman was always kind of. I always thought he was kind of dark a little bit, except for the funny, the cutesy Batman.
I was going to say there for a while there was definitely. Yeah.
I mean, some of the Batmans, more of the cartoony or funny, but for the most part, he's kind of dark.
Yeah.
He's the troubled soul, is what it was.
Inverfan says, give Aunt May a symbiote. There, I just made Marvel $1 jillion.
I think that there's been several Spider-Mans where she's had powers. There's been a bunch of them. They've given her powers before, and usually she just wakes up from them, that kind of thing.
It was all a dream.
It wasn't. No, all of a sudden, whatever happens is out of her. Somebody does something to her.
Wasn't there one where she took over some spider powers for a minute? If I remember right.
I remember she had a Spider-Man outfit one time in some of the books. I did trying to remember. I bet I got them over in the other room in there. Those man, so many crazy, silly Spider-Man stories.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Well, and that's one of the things you get for a comic being around for so long, right? Is that how do you continue to make Superman, who's been around for what 70 years now?
Yeah. Yep.
How do you continue to tell new and interesting stories?
Make him a villain
without. Well, so here's the thing, and this is one of the things we talk about in class all the time. Episodic work. One of the keys is that the characters don't change, right? The characters must remain the same from issue to issue to issue to issue, so they don't really experience any character arcs, and so how do you do that for 70 years without having them really change? That's tough.
Because what is that the same for writers? There's only 6 stories to tell, or something like that.
I hear that, but I keep asking. Anytime someone tells me that, I'm like, what are those 6 stories? Like, I don't know. Like,
I'm not a writer. I'm just
I'm just telling you something I read somewhere. I'm like, well, tell me what those are, because I don't know what they are. Because if I'm missing one, I'd like to write it.
There's like the hero's arc, or the hero's journey.
I think we've had a couple of episodes where we talked about those.
The hero's journey.
Yeah.
Or the 6 kinds of stories
on the Wednesday show. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Huh.
No, what you were saying about the characters don't change, but what happens when I think we talked a little bit about this last week, when the editors and stuff try to change the characters, all the fans they get all pissed off and they pitchforks and they start burning down the buildings and you can't change my Spider-Man, and and I even said that I didn't want Spider-Man to change, and then you guys tell me some stuff and I'm like, oh, maybe you can change, maybe you can.
yeah,
you guys were right, but you get those folks that just won't let the characters change.
Right. They get possessive.
And I always say with that, it's like you always got the old stories to go back to, though, So.
Yeah, you can read them. I mean, we as people, we change, from day to day. We're not the same. Oh, well, let's hope that we get better and smarter and become better people. But anyway.
Yeah. I think it's more that nostalgia factor. It seems like earlier generations didn't have a problem with it, because look how many of the superheroes we changed up, after they originally came out, even before now, when they try and change them up, and everybody's like, you messed with it. It's like they did that before when you're reading it and they changed it and you're fine with it back then,
Well, I think some of the movies, when they do stuff and maybe this is kind of, as I was saying that a second ago, that if the movie is supposed to be a Peter Parker from a specific time, and they say this is Peter Parker of that time, and then all of a sudden he's not, and then now he's got like an Iron Man suit and stuff, and it's like, no, Peter Parker didn't have an Iron Man suit when he was, still in high school and all that kind of stuff, and you're making him do weird stuff that he wasn't. So quit trying to tell me that this is supposed to be, I don't know. So now I'm going back to the way I was before. Don't change it.
No change.
Yeah.
Except for Pete's going to tell me that I'm wrong. So.
Not on that, yeah. Has Mr. Fantastic ever turned? Because there could be a good story there.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has.
His head all around, can he?
Yeah.
In the ultimate universe, he became evil. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's a really good bad guy, because he's just the cleverest guy in the world, isn't he?
Yeah.
So he was a great bad guy.
Oh, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Infrared says whenever Spider-Man becomes an adult, and a man, they take him back to high school. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I think part of it is, no one wants to see a fat and an old fat Spider-Man.
Except I love Spider-Man in the what was the cartoon one that just came out? I love when the Peter Parker that was Peter Parker, right? When he was the older guy with the little pot belly and all that. I loved that. I thought that was the best Peter Parker that I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah. Oh, let's see. Let me pull this up real quick. Talking about Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-
Rubet says you can change the character so long as the core doesn't change, and I think that's right. I think that's really what's at question is that you can have the character change, but the core of the character doesn't. Pete, it looks looks like you're drawing on a pad. Are you drawing on a
I'm
pad?
doing it on my Cintiq.
Oh,
Yeah, remember?
we may have to have a peek at what you're drawing.
Oh, cool.
There you go. Yeah, that's
Spider Pig, Spider Pig, friendly neighborhood Spider Pig.
I'm not sure I can show you what I'm drawing.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I'm doing a little bit of work for this record label. I don't think I'm allowed.
Okay, well then we would not want to get you in trouble. That's the last thing we'd want to do.
I haven't said it, but I think they'll be pretty.
Can you talk in vagaries?
Can you tilt the camera down a little so we get a glance of it?
So is it like an album cover or?
No, they want a little short comic to go with the release of the album.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
That's fun.
Yeah, no, yeah, it's gonna. I mean, yeah, no, it'd be cool.
Yeah.
I'm just as a double page spread of just lots of buildings, so I'm doing that digitally.
So here's the question: do they have fire engines in them?
No.
Police car.
What's great is it's just buildings.
So is it a local or a larger band?
One we would know.
I don't know.
Oh, they just told you to draw something.
It's not like the Red Hot Chili Peppers or anybody.
Well, it's not like the Who.
I don't know what I'm allowed to say. You see, so
okay. Well, then don't do it.
Yeah.
Tell us when you can tell us.
What genre? You shake your head up and down. Is it rock and roll?
Oh yeah.
No. Is it rap? Is it rap music? Is it hardcore rap? No. Is it country rap? No. Is it just country?
The British don't make country music.
Metal.
Is it metal?
It's an American band.
Oh, it is an American band.
Yeah. Okay. Is it?
I don't know what they classify it as.
Is it?
Justin
Music?
Bieber.
Justin Bieber.
I'm not really okay with music. It's music.
Is it? Is it more than one person?
Yes.
Okay. We're getting there. Is it? Is it guys and girls? Or guys and girls?
Who?
Is it male and female, or just males or females?
Just gentlemen.
Gentlemen. Okay. We're getting. This is not even close.
Boys.
No, we can do this tonight.
Are you doing the new Backstreet Boys cover? Wow, that is so cool.
Pete's like, shut up! You're gonna get rumors started.
I don't know. So I would show you. It's not very interesting. It's just
that's all right.
No, I'm just messing with you.
I saw the tablet there, and it took me a while to realize. Wait, he's drawing on a tablet. So
yeah. So I got the iPad.
What brush are you using?
I don't like drawing on it. I prefer I've had my Cintiq for years. I can draw on that easy. I don't like drawing on the Apple tablet.
Gotcha. Yeah, I saw that whole conversation you guys talked about.
I know it was a stupid comment saying it's like drawing on glass because you literally are drawing on glass. But
that's why I always like the Wacom because it had that tooth
that's
to it. That's
why I like this Wacom. I like it.
It's got that tooth. You got that feel. It's got a little bit of that. You can feel that little bit of drag like you would on
every
the
time
tooth of a
I touch it with my hand,
other
hand, it can turn it or do something, and I pull back from where I'm playing. I've got all these marks and things all over the page
from where your hand's touching the screen.
Yeah, so it's good for roughs. I do roughs and layouts on it.
Gotcha.
So it does register your hand too. Then
we may have to do a private class with you, and I'll show you how to use it.
Okay.
Why make it private? Why not show everybody? This would be interesting for everybody here.
Okay, we'll have to do that too then.
I'm gonna. So that's gonna. You look. I'm gonna watch Tommy's class for using the whatever. What is it?
The iPad.
iPad. Yeah.
No, I do it. I do everything in it, from penciling, layouts, to colors, to inking, to.
I'm gonna be a topic here. Secrets of the iPad.
I think Clip Studio is awful for coloring. I hate it.
What
No,
is it?
to me, the only thing that I don't like about doing coloring anyway in the iPad is that when you're doing it on the your Cintiq or whatever it is in Photoshop or whatever, you get the size of the brush. You can see it on the screen. See everything. I like being able to hover on the screen, and you can't hover. This is literally if you take your pencil and I mean, you can make the size of the brush bigger and smaller, but I can color the same way I do in Photoshop on the thing. It's just that it's just a little different learning.
Mm-hmm. I'll just stick to Photoshop.
Yeah.
Not that I plan on doing
I'm
much.
pretty
coloring,
hard with Photoshop. Maybe if I want to play around with inking, I've got like an old copy of Clip Art Studio back when it was called Manga Studio.
Yeah.
As far as coloring, it's always on Photoshop. I've got all my little.
Yeah, Photoshop for the iPad so far is not that great.
No, it's not. No.
And yeah, as far as for brush sizes, I got all the little expression keys off on the side, and it's got it's got a touch ring. So that one is mainly usually set up to my brush size. So with my left hand, I can just adjust the size of my brush as right. Yeah.
Infrafan says Silverline starts in OnlyFans.
You could too.
Yeah. Fruitbat says, yeah, the Cintiq is awesome. He's had his for 15 years. Lost track.
Oh, yeah. I wish I had the Cintiq, but no, I had to go with just the Intuos 4 Pro. So I don't get to do it right on screen. And from what I heard, you still get that slick glass feel on a Cintiq.
I like my Cintiq. It's got it does have grip to it. I like it.
Does it? Did
I
you
like
have
this
to add an
keyboard
overlay to it, or did it already have a little bit of a tooth to it?
No, it already had it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the iPad is way different.
No, I've just got a nice matte screen protector. It gives it a little bit of a tooth, and it draws fine for me. I've gotten used to it, I guess. It's just the plastic tip of the stupid pencil on that glass is tap 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 tap. It was just as annoying as could be. But once I put the screen protector on it, where it gave it a little bit of a tooth,
I'd like to go that route, but I'm not quite. That's little salty for me right now. So I go with the old the old Wacom, which I'm okay with because I blame it. A lot of people are like, oh, I can't do that where you're looking down and looking on the screen. It's like, man, if you played video games long enough, you should have no problem.
You're right. You're right, Phil. I cannot do that either. And Roberta and I have talked about it before. I lent it to Roland one time, and he gave it back to me. A huge tablet, right? And I cannot draw and look at the screen up here. I can't draw down here and look at I just can't do it. I don't know. I don't know. So drawing on the screen to me I just love doing it.
Just do a lot of gaming. You'll be able to do it, man. I
can play games where I'm playing with the keyboard and all that kind of stuff, but I just couldn't draw. I just couldn't draw on the, I could draw better with a mouse than I could with that big tablet or that big.
I remember Steven talking about it when he got one. He said he had to teach himself. He goes, dude, I had to teach myself how to draw all over again because, when you're drawing on the tablet and on paper, you're looking at where your pencil is. But when you're using that pad, you got to look here and draw somewhere else.
You're going like this.
Yeah.
I never got the hang of it. I guess if I.
So Infrafan and I are a lot alike. He says, I'm a crayon and fast food placement man myself. A placemat man. So, yep, that's me. Well, you guys, I just looked at the clock. Do you realize we've been having fun for almost already?
Woohoo!
Time sure does fly. Let's hit the Kickstarter one more time. Let me go up to share here. Share your screen. And
I'll be back in a sec.
All right. So just as a reminder for those of you who may not have been with us early on, we do have our Kickstarter going live now. It is White Devil #1, written by R.A. Jones, penciled by Jackson Rennick, and inked by Mike Keeney, and colored by our guest tonight, which hopefully this won't be the only time that Phil joins us, Phil Leon. So that issue is completely done, as is Twilight Grim number 3. Twilight Grim number 3, also written by R.A. Jones. If you've been reading comics any number of years, you know the name R.A. Jones. He has been around for a long time. He was a big indie writer in the late 80s and into the 90s. He even did some work for Marvel. I don't know if he did anything for DC ever, but he did some work for
Marvel. I think he did do some. Well, he at least did Dark Horse stuff.
Yeah.
And Dark
I know he did Captain America Wolverine at Marvel. So I don't really know if he's done work for DC or not.
Green Lantern, I believe.
Okay, maybe so. Anyway, I've known RA for a long time. These are you get some good solid stories here. Twilight Grim, the art is by Rob Davis, another name associated with comics for a long time, and it is colored by Mickey Clausen. So you've seen a lot of Mickey stuff with us as well. So there are still. Oh, it changed from 14. When we started, we had 13 days to go. Have we been out here that long?
I think it switched up because you went live like at the end of the last Silver Line, so it was right around this time at night. Sometime
it was about 9:30, I think.
Yeah.
So we got 13 days to go. We're trying to get to 2,500. I can't do the math. That's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we got about 700 left to go. So you guys jump on over there and check this out. You can get Twilight Grim 1 and 2. So if you're like, well, I don't want to jump in number 3, well, you can get number 1 and 2. Don't worry about that. All you got to do is pop the ad on, and you can add them, and you can get the entire thing. The cool news is for you Twilight Grim fans is I got an email from Rob Davis that said he just finished the artwork for number 4. So we are moving. We still got to get it lettered and colored. So we're moving right along with Twilight Grim, and it will be done, complete, and in your hands in no time at all. And it looks like it may be the second one of the Silverline miniseries to be completed. The first, of course, being Kalis. So you guys jump over there, give that a look, back it if you can. If you can't back it, please consider sharing it out to folks that you know like comic books and like good, fun stories, because that's what we're all about. We're all about telling good, fun stories for everybody.
And I'm already working on number 2 as we speak.
Oh, is that what I see down there?
Yeah, you're like, what? You pulling up all kinds of stuff. I don't.
Look at that! Look at that! Yep. So
there we go.
That's very cool.
Go. Even doing a regular Wacom, man. It's like, here's how I work, man. Without looking without having it on screen. So you just come in and you cut that in, man. Just a little hand-eye coordination.
Apparently I don't have it.
And then you can you can do like that, make it easier, and then come in and do the ads, so you can just keep on cutting in.
I see Roberta do that a lot. Yeah.
It makes see, like where I went over the line there, that I can just hit my other keyboard shortcut and remove some of that, and just keep adding and cutting in. Sometimes a selection tool, if I can get good selections or all the lines are closed, But generally, to do the detailed work, I just come in. Like I said, I believe it's from years of playing video games is the only reason I can pull this off.
Huh. Nice. But, yeah, very cool. Well,
everybody's like, "What'd they do? This poor guy, he's ouch."
Whoop.
Whoops.
Yeah, that's a great panel there.
Here's one for Pete, man. He was just mentioning earlier. Let me find it. I got it up here. Something I did a while back with a buddy up in Toronto.
Cool.
Oh, that's pretty.
That's very nice.
Nice.
Edinburgh.
Very cool. Yeah. I'm still talking with Jackson. Love to get him back in doing some more comic stuff for us here.
Heck yeah.
So, always been a fan of Jackson's work. And I did some stuff together. Would love to work with him again. So, Jackson, if you're still listening, I'm still planting those seeds, buddy. I'm still fishing, trying to reel you in. Oh no. Okay, is it terrible when I
along? You must.
So you did the same thing. As I was going to say, is it terrible when I read this? I immediately heard the tune.
Yeah. I caught that too as soon as I saw it.
When a fat guy comes along,
you must whip him.
Whip it good.
All right. So anything else, you guys, before we call it a night? Anything you want to say? Tom is real anxious. Oh man, you know what? I don't have mine. I left mine.
That's what I wanted.
Is that why you got up and left? I left mine in on my dresser. I don't have mine.
Jackson says flattery will get you somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, yes, they're excellent. I'd love to hear that. So Phil, thanks for joining us. Hopefully this won't be the last time. I know that you pop in a bunch and say hello to us, so you know how we do it. Love to get you back on here and show your work while you're chatting if you feel comfortable doing that. We'd love to see that. We'd love to pop up the work on the screen while we're chatting. But tell folks where they can find you online in the meanwhile.
Oh, well, as far as if you're looking for any color work, you can always find me on Phil Leon on Facebook. It's probably about the easiest way that I found to work in comics, man. It's been a good tool for communication. I avoid the news feed and I keep it to comics and art pages and stuff.
Excellent.
Man. So
smart thing to
nice.
do.
I do an occasional. I do the Zenden over there where I'll do a little drawing. I'll have my buddy Warren come on where he'll draw, and we'll collaborate maybe on a piece like that Spider Ham piece I showed.
Nice. Yeah.
We'll bring on a cast of characters every now and then, a little bit of a circle where we all help each other out and promote each other's work and all that. But
nice.
You guys are always welcome to come on over there when we're doing it. It's pretty laid back. We talk pop culture, fun stuff, joke around, no biggie.
Yep. Very cool.
So yeah, that. And other than that, you can find me at either Philion or PhilmanX. Either one will usually get you to about any of my social media, whether it is Twitch, Twitter, ArtStation, Instagram. But yeah, it's pretty easy to find me. You need any color stuff going on or want to see what I'm working on, much like White Devil, where I'll drip out a little bit here and there as things are going on. But that's where you can find me at. And
as an added note, Phil mentioned it at the top, but not just color work, but he can do production work as well. If you've got a new book that you're doing and you don't know how to work with a printer, Phil can take care of you and help get you set up so that you and your printer are talking the same language.
And probably definitely talk to me as you're getting production down in case any of your artists, like I've ran into that. And that's kind of how I got into this. I'd get color work and it's like, okay, this is 72 DPI. What do you want me to do with this? So basically if it's at the end of the run, as long as you got all your standards down, I'll help, definitely help you out. I can try and help you out after you've already went past the process, but it's a little late at that point. So if you need a little consultation ahead of that to make sure you're getting all your proper standards in for print, hit me up and ask me something. That's all good.
Excellent. Very cool, sir. Tommy, what about you? Where can folks find you on the interwebs?
Just do the Google searching for Florimonte, FLORIMONTE. Mostly on Facebook, but show up here and there and everywhere else. You can get some links at infernostudios.com. Anybody needs any help getting stuff printed, go to Kablam. We can help you out.
Yep.
And
that is Florimonte and not Flatamonte.
Oh, look now, just because I can't type.
We're big fans of Kablam here, so
but first book I ever got in print was through Kablam.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Nice.
But nice. Just mostly on Facebook though. So, but I got them on Instagram and on the Twitter, and then the Tommy Don't TikTok on TikTok. That's over there. I still got to do a couple of those dance videos. I promised I got to do those at some point.
Yep.
Yes. I should have never said anything.
Yeah. Well,
we got who is it? Right? Steve over on DeviantArt is just isn't that what? No, not DeviantArt.
Not Deviant. Orlando Collector Deviants.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he keeps. I owe him a video so bad. He keeps bugging me about that. I got to do that
because you said you'd do it. You got to do it. Got to be a man of your word, man. Pete, what about you? Where can folks find you on the interwebs?
On the Google, you can type in Peter Clinton Art, and you will find my social media and website. And no, that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, so just drop me a message. I'm not really doing commissions at the moment.
I was going to ask you, are commissions closed still?
Oh, look, honest answer is, yeah, it depends. Yeah.
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 Honest answer is if you
the
throw
money's
enough
right,
money
yeah,
at you, right?
It's Christmas, so I need to say yeah, but don't expect a 2-hour, 45-minute turnaround.
You still got to finish the ones from the show, so you got to finish them up.
But, yeah, it's pretty busy. It doesn't
That's
help. I have to work part time, so
Right.
yeah, I will do commission. I don't know if you'll get it before Christmas at this rate, but you might do. Depends how busy I am.
Yeah.
And what pages I can get done this week.
All right.
Yep,
Thank
Mr. Pete, you're falling asleep, bud. What Pete's?
No, I was just thinking, yeah, if you pay me enough, I'll do it.
He'll do it. Yeah, just everybody knows that Pete's he's about 4 hours ahead of us, so he's
5, I
it's
think.
5 to
Isn't it 5?
3 a.m.
Yeah.
3, 10, 11,
Thank you
12,
for
1,
staying
2,
up,
3,
Pete.
Yeah, 5. Yeah,
Wow,
thanks
yeah,
for doing this, Pete. It's always fun to see you jab at Tommy.
Yeah.
And
Oh, of course.
good to meet
Love,
you in person.
love messing
Yeah,
with
you
you.
too.
Yeah.
And the same with you, Tom.
All right.
You don't say it, Tim.
And I'm Roland. You can find me on all the interwebs under a Roland Man. I think I might be the Roland Man or the Man Roland or Man Roland, whatever. Just look for my caricature. You can find me easy. And as we always do, Tommy, you're going to have to help me this time. Remember to make mine silver line. Where's my banner? Good night, everyone.
Silver line.